We've all been there, right? That horrible, sinking feeling when your PC just gives up on you. Well, today, we're going to pull back the curtain and peek under the hood. This is all about giving you the power and the confidence to handle those basic computer fixes all by yourself.
So, here's our game plan. First, we'll do a basic checkup. Then, I'll let you in on a little secret the pros use, a simple 6-step troubleshooting method. After that, we'll get our tools ready, actually open up the case, and finally, we'll get to the really satisfying part, testing our fix and even looking at a few cool upgrades.
All right, let's start at the very beginning. That moment of total frustration when your computer decides it's just not going to work today.
Maybe it's running at a snail's pace, or it's frozen on one screen, or maybe it's just a black screen. Nothing. These are the classic headaches, but you know what? A lot of the time, the solutions are way simpler than you think, and that's what we're here to figure out.
Okay, before we fix anything, we got to know what we're even looking at. Every single computer problem comes down to one of two things, hardware or software. Think of it like this. The hardware is the physical body, the monitor, the keyboard, the chips inside. The software, that's the brain, the instructions, like Windows or an app that tells the body what to do. Your problem is almost always hiding in one of those two places.
So, how do we hunt down the real problem without just guessing and clicking around randomly? Well, you need a system. This little method is what separates the pros from everyone else. It's their secret weapon.
And that's the key right there. Troubleshooting isn't about fixing the symptom, like a frozen screen. It's about being a detective and using those symptoms as clues to find the real culprit, the underlying cause.
And this is the roadmap for our detective work. Let's say your computer won't turn on. Step 1, identify the problem. No power. Easy. Step 2, come up with a theory. Maybe the power cord is loose. Step 3, test it. Go check the cable, jiggle it, and plug it in again nice and firm. Step 4, the plan is to hit the power button. Step 5, verify it worked. And it did. The computer turns on. Step 6 is just making a mental note. Hey, check the power cord first next time. It sounds simple, but following these steps keeps you from running in circles.
All right, you've got the method down. Now, what do you actually need to work on the machine? Don't worry, you don't need some high-tech lab. Just a couple of very basic tools will see you through most situations. First up, the absolute MVP of your toolkit, the Phillips head screwdriver. This is for all those cross-shaped screws that hold pretty much everything inside your PC together.
And its cousin, the flat-tip screwdriver. You won't see these as often in new computers, but you'll definitely run into them on older parts, so it's always good to have one just in case.
Oh, these are a lifesaver. Needle nose pliers are perfect for grabbing tiny things in tight spaces, like if you drop a screw down behind the motherboard. No way you're getting that with your fingers.
And finally, some wire cutters and strippers. Now, you probably won't need these for a simple RAM upgrade, but if you ever get into more advanced stuff like custom cabling, these are absolutely essential.
Okay, everybody, listen up, because this is a huge one. It might seem like a great idea to use a magnetic screwdriver so you don't lose those tiny screws, but don't. That magnet can literally wipe data off your hard drive for good. It can also create tiny electrical currents that can just fry your components. So please, always use non-magnetic tools.
Now for the main event, actually opening up the case. I know this can feel a little intimidating, but I promise, if you just follow a few simple rules, it's totally safe and actually pretty easy.
First things first, unplug every single cable from the back of the computer. Power, monitor, everything. Find a nice clean space to work. Then, it's usually just a couple of screws on the back and the side panel slides right off. Now here is the most important safety tip. Ground yourself. That static shock that zaps you in the winter, that tiny spark is more than enough to kill a sensitive computer component. So just touch a metal part of the case every now and then to discharge any static buildup from your body. Seriously, don't skip this.
So you're in. Here's what you're looking at. The CPU, that's the brain, doing all the thinking. The RAM sticks, or the short-term memory, what the computer is thinking about right now. The hard drive is the long-term storage, for all its memories and files. And the motherboard, that's the giant circuit board connecting it all, like the body's entire nervous system. And of course, the power supply is the heart, pumping juice to everything.
And here's another pro tip. When you're handling parts like RAM sticks or video cards, always hold them by the plastic or green circuit board edges. See those shiny gold contacts at the bottom? The oil and dirt from your fingers can get on them and mess up the connection, which can cause all sorts of bizarre, hard-to-diagnose problems.
So, you figured out the problem, you put in the new part, you closed it all back up, now it's time for the payoff, making sure it all works
and seeing just how much better things can be.
Now this is cool. Your computer actually has a secret language it uses to talk to you before the screen even turns on. When you hit the power button, it does a quick self-test. If everything is good, you'll hear one short beep. But if it finds a problem, it'll beep out a code. A constant beeping noise? That could be a bad stick of RAM. One long beep and two short ones? It's pointing you right at the video card. It's like Morse code for computer problem.
And while we're in there, let's talk upgrades. This chart shows you the single biggest, most noticeable upgrade you can make to an older computer. Switching from an old-school spinning hard disk drive, an HDD, to a modern solid-state drive, an SSD, is a game changer. It's the difference between asking a librarian to go find a book in a massive library versus just instantly downloading it. Everything, from booting up to opening a program, is ridiculously faster.
So there you have it. We've gone from a dead machine to a fully diagnosed, repaired, and even upgraded computer. You now have the fundamental knowledge and, more importantly, a reliable method to figure this stuff out for yourself. You've seen what's inside the box, you've learned to speak its language, so the only real question left is, what are you going to fix or build next?